Okay, we are now live on YouTube and we are live on Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think we're going.
All 6 of our subscribers are going to rush on.
Okay, we are now live on YouTube and we are live on Zoom. Okay, I don't think we're going. I don't think we're going to be on Facebook tonight. I don't think I can do it. I thought I could do it on YouTube. And we are live on Zoom. Okay, I don't think. I'm gonna.
Hey everybody, this is Philip Weimer with Megan's Martial Arts Leadership Academy. I just want to make sure that you all have your gear and equipment ready to go. So go ahead and grab your Eskrima sticks. We're going to be using both of them in our lesson today. And we're going to start off with intermediate and advanced curriculum, and then be going straight on into our Eskrima. And of course, we'll be doing our life skill in the middle there. So have your leadership life skill lesson open to page 7. All right, go ahead and get your stuff together so we're ready to go.
Hey everyone. Small technical issue with Facebook Live tonight. So if you would join us on YouTube Live tonight or in the Zoom app, and I'll get the Facebook Live issue figured out soon. But anyway, sorry.
Thank you guys for joining us here today, and let's go ahead and get rolling here. So let's start off with our warm-up, and like I said, I am going to be tailoring this a bit more to our intermediate and advanced students. We're going to start off actually with one of our handsets, or the handset from the Black Belt Fitness test. So everybody, let's face this direction, and we're going to start with our left hand. Goes straight out, straight back in. That's called a jab. So that's up, and you got your jab, comes back in. jab, and then your back hand does a cross. Your front hand does a hook. It's coming level across your body, and then you do a cross. So jab, cross, hook, cross. All right, I'm going to have you guys do that in the air. I want you to get as many of those in as possible. You have 30 seconds. On your mark, get set, go for it. As many as you can. Jab, cross, hook, cross. There you go. Can you get as many in as Miss Smith is? Count how many you're doing. That works the other part of your brain there a little bit. And really, if you count the hooks, you multiply by 4, you'll get your total number there. So keep going, guys. Jab, cross, hook, cross. I'm just giving you 30 seconds. You got 10 more seconds here. Jab, cross, hook, cross. Jab, cross, hook, cross. 5, 4. There you go. Keep going. Time. All right. Everybody, whatever platform you're on, go ahead and make a comment of how many of those you got in there. And that gets us a little bit warmed up. The other thing we do in our Black Belt Fit test is our sit-up. So we're going to do full range of motion sit-up. So lay on down on your back. Thank you, Ms. Smith. You're going to touch behind your head, just like that, and then up between your feet, just like that. We're going to do as many of those as we can. Again, you guys got 30 seconds. Count how many you do, and then you'll comment down below how many you got. On your mark, get set, go. Sit up, touch the floor, lay down, touch the floor. There you go. Full range of motion, working out that core. And what that helps you do is be able to have good balance, be able to stay safe, and well, it helps you with your tension in a lot of different things, having a nice tight core there. You're already halfway through. Keep going. Don't forget to breathe. Sit all the way up. Touch. Lay down. Touch. There you go. 5 more seconds. Let's go. You're almost there. Time. All right. Hop on back up. Come back to attention. Say, sir. Thank you, Miss Smith. So write how many you did down below. Write how many what your combination number was and what your sit-up number was, so that we can all cheer you on and help you reach your next goals there. So what we're going to be working on is our intermediate curriculum to start off with. So we are starting off actually with some of our spinning techniques. A lot of our techniques this rotation for our intermediate students are spinning techniques. We do it in Universal 5 with our spinning back fist and our spinning high block punch. And then we're also doing it in our breaks with our spinning hammer fist and spinning hook. So let's learn a little bit more about how to have good control with our spins, which lets us keep our balance and deliver power in our breaks. So everybody give me a left side guard facing towards up here. What I want you to do is find a point to look at. You're going to point up here in front of the room, find something up here, and then you're going to turn your head all the way around. You see it again. Turn back and spin your head around. Spin back. There you go. You can see my finger. I have to move a little bit to make that possible. So I'm looking, I turn, and it makes my feet have to move as well. My hips are coming around, so my feet have to come around. A couple more times. Look, find your target. Spin, find it again. Back one more time. Look, spin, find it. Now, what we're going to do, go back around, find your target. So your legs are kind of twisted up here. Go ahead, find your target, spin, find your target. Now, from here, we're looking at our target. We're going to take our right leg, which is the one that's towards the back of the room there, and we're actually going to step up towards our target. So you're stepping up, and really, you don't just want to step straight towards your target. We're going to be working on stepping through our target. That way we can deliver the power because our hips are coming through. So back to your left side guard. Look at your target. Spin on your target again. Step through past your target. There you go. And kind of what makes this help you deliver power is how fluid that we want to make it. Find it and step through. So let's do it just a little faster. So we're looking, we turn, find it, and step through. One more time. Left side guard, turn, find it, and step through. All right, so what we're going to do is as we're stepping through, we're going to start off by throwing a hammer fist, a right-handed hammer fist, right to the middle of our board, which is going to be about right here. So start in your left side guard, look at your target, turn, find it again, step through, and your hammer fist hits the middle of your board. Of course, your board doesn't break unless you say Kia. So guards up, looking at your target, spin, find your target, step through, say Kia. There you go. Do it again, and spinning, hammer fist. There you go, one more time. Spinning hammer fist, go. Yeah. All right, so we're doing a spinning hammer fist. That's one of our breaks, but both our intermediate and our advanced students are breaking with a spinning hook kick. Our advanced students are adding a jump to the middle, but it's the same base break either way. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start in that left side guard. We're going to turn till we see our target. But now all I want you to do is chamber your right leg, that leg that was stepping before, chamber it so it points at your target at the front of the room, and then put it back down past your target. You want to have your hips come through, even though we're not kicking. So don't do it just walk. We're going to have our guards up, turn, aim, and put our foot down. That's all we're working on right now. And of course, while you're doing these spins, especially when you don't have both feet on your ground, check around you, make sure you got lots of room, and so you're going to keep the people around you and, of course, yourself safe. So start in the left side guard, spin, chamber, put your foot down. There you go, back to your left side guard, spin, chamber, put your foot down. One more time, left side guard, spin, chamber, put your foot down. All right, so now that we have the motion there, all we have to do is put the kick in the middle. So a hook kick goes straight out and then hooks back through like you're chambering it back over here. So that's what we're going to do towards the front of the room here. It's going to go out and then chamber back in here. Let's go ahead and just do a hook kick for a second. Remind ourselves what it is. So give me a right side guard. Your chest is facing over that direction. And this foot here is going to chamber like we just chambered it a second ago. So it chambers in tight. It goes out and hooks back in. Let's say Kia with it. Ready? And hook kick. Kia. There you go. Guards up and hook kick. Kia. One more time. Hook kick. Kia. All right. Now let's put the spin part in with that. So we're in the left side guard. We turn so we find our target. Spin this foot, chambers, and we're going to go that direction. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We had a few people kind of just jump on.
Excellent.
Will you just kind of real quickly tell them where we are, what we're doing, and then keep going?
Sure. Sorry. Hi, welcome to our stream here. And what we are working on here today is we are doing our intermediate and our advanced curriculum. Thank you so much for joining us and finding us over here. What you're going to need for our class is your black belt leadership manual and both of your Eskrima sticks. So make sure that you get those out and you're ready to go there. All right. So back to our spinning hook kick here. We start in the left side guard. We turn our whole body so we can see our target. Then our right leg comes up and chambers towards the front of the room so that it can throw that hook kick that way. Of course, that's actually easier if you do it just a little bit faster. Now, since you guys are at home and there's stuff going on around you, I want you to train safely. So let's do this at about 60% speed. So left side guard, spin, find your target, kick, and put it back down. There you go, guards up, spin, find your target, hook kick, put it back down. One more time, your guards are up, nice and strong. You're looking at your target up here, spin, hook kick. All right. Now, when you are doing a spinning hook kick, especially for your breaks, you want to hit with the back of your heel. So think about driving your heel into a target as you're coming around. So you're hitting with that pointy part. If you were wearing your ring stars at home right now, it's that actual pointy part of your shoe, that back side there. So think about that part of your foot coming through a board up here at the front. So left side guard, 60% speed still, turn, hook kick, put it down. There you go. Look, turn, hook kick, down. Excellent. So part of the way we make sure that the right part of our foot hits the right part of the target is by having our foot, or the toes of our feet, pointing that direction. You don't want them to come up and you don't want them to go down. You want them to pretty much be level and flat, like you're clearing off the table with your foot. So let's try making sure that our foot's pointed the right way. Left side guard, 60% speed. Guards up, turn, hook kick. Sorry. There you go. Guards are up, spin, hook kick. One more time. Let's have a big Kia with it there. Spin, hook kick, Kia, and time. All right. So that is our spinning back fist and our spinning hook kick there. If you are an intermediate student, those are both of your breaks. If you are an advanced student, then you're going to be adding a little jump to the middle of your spinning hook kick. And let me just show you where that goes. I'm going to let you guys, a couple of days ago, I did that in a lesson, so you can check that back out on the Facebook page. But it goes right when you spin, you bring your feet together, and then you're going to hop off and throw that hook kick after that. So if you have questions about that, of course, ask your instructors, check in with them, and get any questions answered. And also, we have some resources now on our Facebook page and things, so you guys can go back and check those out to get the most out of that. So whether you are a basic or an intermediate or an advanced student or a CROV student or any kind of student, one thing that I like doing with people is eskrima sticks. It's a Filipino martial art, and basically when the Spaniards came and took over the Philippines, they took all of the Philippines' weapons, so they trained with sticks and hid their swords. We still want to pretend like this is an actual sword though, so where your knuckles are lined up with, that's going to be the blade of our weapon here as we move forward through our class here today. So actually, I'm going to get to some double stick here in just a second, but I'm going to start off by reviewing the first 4 strikes of our Eskrima 1 form. That's going to set a foundation as we continue to move forward through things here. So it's in your right hand over here, and you put it on your right shoulder, and we're going to start by swinging from our right shoulder all the way diagonal down to our hip. There you go, nice job. Back up here to your shoulder, diagonal down to your hip. And you'll notice that my knuckles are leading the charge there. My blade first, my weapon is going blade first. So one more time, diagonal down, then go up to your other shoulder, and you guys can follow along with Miss Smith there as well. Diagonal down, going the other direction. Back up to this shoulder. So you're kind of drawing an X, diagonal down and diagonal down. Up here, diagonal down and diagonal down. And your blade is leading both directions. See how my hand turns over there? There you go. So you got your strike number 1 and your strike number 2. Strike number 3 comes straight across. So it comes from the right-hand side over here over to your left-hand side. And then strike number 4 goes from the left-hand side across back to the right-hand side. Goes back up to your shoulders. Let's put all 4 of those together. You're here and diagonal down, straight across, straight across. There we go. Or we could say what height we're hitting a target here. We hit high and we hit high. And then we kind of hit down lower and down low. There we go. So high, high, low, low. One more time. It's up here in our chamber and we hit high, high, low, low. So that comes into play a lot when we get into our double stick here. But if you are more if you're interested in more Eskrima 1, or if that's your certification weapon and it's your black belt weapon, it's on our Facebook page. My last session that I did here at 3, we went over the whole form. So if you have any questions, of course, your instructor, and you can also review our video that we posted here at 3 o'clock. But everybody, go ahead and grab your leadership manual, a pen or a pencil, come back out fast as you can, go. Open your book up to page 7. Excuse me, man. All right, everybody. So on page 7 is kind of the bullet points of what setting a goal is all about and how to be able to quickly and easily set your goals. So the 4 there, the first one, well, they kind of make an acronym. There's actually 5. They make an acronym there. First one is an S. It stands for specific. So here under goals, it should say number 1, specific. So you need to know exactly what you want and how you want to achieve it. So that one should say specific. Next one, M, is motivation, keeping a positive attitude and believing in yourself. Number 3 is achieve. Set high goals and develop steps to make it easier to reach them. So that's specific, motivation, and achieve. R stands for relevant. Remember why your goal is important to you. And then number 5 is trackable. Make sure that you can measure how you are progressing. So again, that's specific, motivation, achieve, relevant, and trackable. So make sure you have those blanks filled in. Actually, part of your level 1 instructor certifications is having these blanks filled in your book, both here and over on page 40, where our life skills that we've been talking about, goals for your education this month, are 41. I apologize. So make sure you have those blanks filled in so you're ready to go up to level 1 instructor certification. And the other part of that is being able to lead a discussion about setting goals for your education. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and it helps my students realize and set goals and know why these life skills are important. Know that there's a reason that you want to set goals for your education. Know there's a reason to be courteous, and helps them be able to explain what those reasons are. So when I say go, everybody take your leadership manual and put it back up, and then come back out with both your agreement sticks. Go. There you go, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. As you guys are coming back out, we're going to use a set of footworks that you guys are probably very familiar with, especially at the advanced level, and that's the V-shaped footwork. You're getting off the X. Miss Smith over here is facing towards me, and then I throw my right hand, and she steps towards her, she steps out towards the wall over here, just stepping out that way, just move out of the way. Best way to not get hit is to not be there. So I'm trying to hit her, she's just gone. She's just using that V-shaped footwork, or maybe she could even step the other way. She's just out of there, and she can use her sticks, of course, to defend her as well. So let's work on our V-shaped footwork for just a moment. And if you have both sticks, I want you to take them and put them on a V shape on the ground here, just like Miss Smith's got going on there. If you only have one stick, you guys are going to be with me, put it right in the middle, and we're going to be using that as well. Follow along. First of all, we're going to go to the right-hand side over here towards this direction. We step out towards the end of the stick and come back in. There you go. So try that a couple times. You're stepping this way. You're getting out of the way of something coming towards you, because the best way to not get hit is to not be there. And then, of course, we can go to the left as well. Take that foot and angle out beside your stick. Coming out beside, coming out beside, and out and back, and out and back. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is alternate a little bit, because we're going to be using that a lot in this form. So we start to the right, come back, and then we also have to the left and back. So to the right, step in, to the left, step in, right and left, and right and left. And as we move forward, we're going to be getting a little bit more fluid with it, being able to transition between going one way and being able to go the other way. And of course, that's important, because your opponent might throw more than one attack at you. You might have to change which direction you're going halfway through their attack. So go ahead and pick your sticks back up. And we're going to put them right here in our chamber. So when your sticks are chambered, it should be basically exactly like you have your guards up. If you didn't have your sticks in your hand, you want your fists to be up here, keeping your face safe. If your sticks are in your hands, then you want to have your fist up here, keeping your face safe. And then the sticks poke straight out behind, and this is also used in a multiple attacker kind of scenario sometimes. And my sticks are poking back there, which makes Miss Smith not want to sneak up on me quite so much, because I'll be swinging stuff around back there. So the first thing we're going to learn is our 4 count. And as we start that, it should seem very familiar. We're going to start with our left hand here, and we're going to do diagonal down, which is our number 1 strike from our form. So back up here, goes diagonal down, we hit high, and then we're going to do our number 4 strike from our form, which hits low. So we start up here, hit high, goes over to your hip, low, comes back to your shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. There you go. High, hip, low, shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. Good job. So let's try that with the other hand, left hand time. So we hit high, that's the number 2 strike, hip, and then we have the number 3 strike, shoulder. So high, hip, low, shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. high hip, low shoulder, and high hip, low shoulder. Especially those of you who are more advanced students, make sure that your blade is still cutting your target. It's kind of tempting to hit sideways, but it's very important to turn your hand so that that blade is bleeding. That prevents you from knocking your own stick out of your hand, and also it's a blade, so make sure you're hitting stuff with it right. So now let's alternate our hands a little bit. So we got our right hand over here. We got high hip, low shoulder, high hip, low shoulder, high hip, low shoulder, high hip, low shoulder. Now I hear some of you asking, what if I only have one stick, Mr. Weimer? How am I supposed to train then? That's okay. That's okay. We can take care of you. So for those of you who have double sticks, Miss Smith is going to be rocking it over here. And for those of you who have one stick, follow along. So it's kind of easy. We do high, hip, low, shoulder. Now stay with me here. We do high, hip, low, shoulder. Wow, you guys are fast. High, hip, low, shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. And high, hip, low, shoulder. So if you're training with an open hand, just imagine that you're doing a chop and then chambering for a low block. So it's a chop and a low block there, which is one of the applications of this technique, because Eskrima was developed to be trained both with sticks, with swords, with knives, and with an open hand. So we start up here. Let's add some footwork to this. So we step out to the right and we hit high. We go down to our hip and bring our feet back together. Hit low. Go back up to your shoulder. We step out the other way. Hit high. Goes down to your hip. Bring your feet back together. Hit low. Shoulder. There you go. Step out. High. Hip. Low. Shoulder. High. Hip. Low. Shoulder. That's okay. Come on, guys. High. Hip. Low. Shoulder. Again, I'll show you guys with just one stick here. We step out to the right, high, hip, low, shoulder. To the left, high, hip, low, shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. High, hip, low, shoulder. Hip, low, shoulder. And the reason that the chambering that we're talking about is so important here is to make sure you don't get tangled up with yourself. If I'm here and I don't chamber this stick and it's just chilling and Miss Smith decides to attack me, I only have one hand. This hand is the only hand I have. This hand is pretty stuck back here. If I chamber though, I can come out from my chamber here, or I can come out from here. I can do a lot of other options. So whenever we're talking about chambering, it helps you get more power, but it also helps you not get tangled up with yourself so that you have options to be able to do other things like transition between different sets or any other thing that you would need to be able to do. And I know we don't specifically use this guard a lot in our karate program, but we do use this guard. This is our normal guard, and this is our advanced guard. So it's stuff that you guys already know and can apply to other things that you've been learning, and it helps you have faster hands and be able to throw those combinations without getting yourself tangled up in yourself because you're having proper chambers. So if you've done this 4 count before, I want to make sure that you guys have the best chambers and it's all the way back in here so that I can be doing other stuff if I need to and be able to stay untangled. So a couple more times here. We step out to the right, high hip, low shoulder, and high hip, low shoulder. There you go. Comes through and comes through. All the way through. We can also count, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're still slicing your target with those knuckles. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back to attention. Great job, everybody. So that is the 4 count, and that is really the foundation of both the 4 count and the 5 count. So the 5 count, the first 2 strikes are exactly the same. And if you've never done Eskrima before, stick around and have some fun with this. I know I'm going really fast and we're not having a lot of chance to review this, but stick around and have some fun with us here. So we start with our sticks in our chamber. Just go ahead and watch me for a second. We are going to do the same first 2 strikes as we did in 4. So that's 1, 2, but then 3 is going to come up to a high chamber. And when you have a high chamber with 2 sticks, you don't want them crossed, because then again, I only have one hand. This hand's stuck. That's no good. I want them to be uncrossed over here on this side. So let's just practice that part. So your right hand goes first, high, low, back up to your shoulder. Then your left hand goes high and comes up to a high chamber. Again, they're not stuck behind each other. I can use either hand if I want. So back over here. Hit high with your right. Hit low with your right. And then hit high with your left and chamber it up high. There you go. One more time. Hit high with your right. Hit low with your right. Then your left hits high and chambers high. There you go. Let's try that a little bit more fluidly. So high, low, high, chambers high. There you go. All right. So now what we're going to do from here, we're both sticks are on this side, is we're going to hit 2 low strikes from this position. And now we have to talk a little bit about the difference between a fluid strike and a broken strike. So a fluid strike, Ms. Smith, can you hold your sticks up for just a moment? There we go. A fluid strike is hitting my target and following through. I'm slicing with both of these. They're coming through my target, and those are fluid strikes. If it's a broken strike, that means it's going out and straight back to where it started. So it goes out and back in. And if you guys remember in our warm-up, we were working on those jabs. That's exactly the same motion. It starts here and it ends here. So whenever we say broken, think about heading back to the same side it came from. This hand starts on the left-hand side, goes out, comes back to the left-hand side. So with your sticks, let's say some fluid and broken. So this right hand does fluid. There you go. This hand does a fluid strike. Now here it comes. This hand over here, your right hand, does a broken strike. It comes right back to where it started, just like that. Then this hand does a fluid strike coming over to the other side. Let's start all the way back at the beginning of that set. So we have a fluid strike. Then we have a fluid strike that chambers high. A broken strike comes right back to where it started. And then a fluid strike that goes all the way through. Sometimes it helps to say which hand we're doing this with. So we do right, left, right, left. Okay, let's say the hands again. Right, left chambers high, right, left. There you go. All right. Now a little bit faster, but we're going to keep following the same format here. We're going to say fluid and broken again. So this hand, fluid, chambers high, broken, fluid. And now we're back to the beginning. A little bit faster, ready? Fluid, chambers high, broken, fluid. All right, excellent job, everybody. Let's go ahead and try to say some numbers with this so that we can get kind of the sequential count on all of them. So we've got 1, 2, 3 chambers high, 4 broken, 5 goes all the way through. There you go. 1, 2, 3 chambers high, 4 is broken, 5 comes all the way through. One more time. 1, 2, 3 chambers high, 4 is broken, and 5 comes all the way through. All right. Now we're going to speed this up a little bit, and I know that if this is the first time you've ever heard of the 5 count, this is going to be really, really fast. But stick around. Let's have some fun with it. So you start up here, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent job, everybody. So now we're going to add some footwork to this. Same footwork that we were doing before. In fact, we're going to keep coming back to that same exact footwork the whole time. And for those of you who have been following along, and maybe this 5 count's a little crazy, work with us with the 5 count. It's pretty much the same. It's the same footwork, and especially the first 2 strikes are exactly the same. And then you just mirror what your right hand did with your left hand side if you're just doing the 4 count. 5 count, though, we step out to the right. We hit high, low, we come back together. Then we hit high, chamber high, low, low. There we go. Let's say fluid and broken. So I've got fluid, 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 broken, fluid. There you go. Fluid, 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 broken, fluid. One more time. Fluid, 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 broken, fluid. There you go. Let's say some numbers so we don't have to think quite so much. Ready? And we step out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to attention. So that is the 5 count. And so I hope you guys have learned something about how you can rechamber your guards and where you can move things to, trying to avoid getting tangled up with yourself. Now, for my advanced leadership students that have been training for a while and are ready for the next level of training, I want to go ahead and challenge you guys with a little bit of Eskrima 6 count. Now, this is the same footwork. We'll be using that back here again, but instead of being as symmetrical and nice as the 5 count is, this one gets a little bit more filled up. Now, we got a couple different ways we can learn this, and I'll be going over both of them. So whichever way makes it click better in your head, use that way and have that help you out. So I'm actually going to start without any sticks in my hand. Like I said, this form is good for both training with sticks and without sticks. But I want everybody to take your right hand, raise your hand, and put your other hand underneath it. So now you got your supported right hand over here. Great job. So now take your right hand, touch your shoulder. Good job, everybody. You touch your shoulder. Start over here, touch your shoulder. Now you got to start over here, touch your shoulder. Good job. So now we're going to take our hand that's underneath our arm and come over and touch our other hand. Tap your other hand over there. Let's start back at the beginning. So you got your right hand up, goes over your shoulder. You're so good at this. Your other hand goes over and touches that hand. There we go. Back to the beginning one more time. This is kind of like a game of freeze tag. When you tag the hand, the other that's stuck. So you go here. This hand's moving. It tags. This hand's stuck here now. The other hand, this hand that was touching your shoulder, is going to go out. You can imagine poking somebody in the eyeball with it. And it comes right back to ask your question on the other side. There we go. We mirrored ourselves. So starting back over here on the right-hand side, you touch your shoulder. You touch that hand. The hand that's touching the shoulder without poke somebody in the eyeball. It comes back underneath. One more time. Ask a question. Shoulder. Touch your hand. Poke him. And come back to asking a question on the other side. All right. So we're going to pretty much be mirroring that here in a moment. But let me go ahead and do that with some sticks. So again, we're going to go back to fluid and broken. But this time when I say broken, I'm referring to the stick going back to just the same side. It's not going back to the exact same location. In fact, it's going to go from your shoulder down to tucked underneath your arm. But I'm going to use the same format for what we were just practicing. So you got them over here on your right-hand side. It's fluid, goes all the way to the other shoulder, touching my shoulder over there. Fluid, this hand's right next to that hand. And then this hand is broken, comes back underneath, like I'm asking a question on the other side. Let's do that side one more time. We're over here. We have fluid, goes to your shoulder. Fluid goes right next to that stick. Broken, comes back underneath, just like that. All right, so now comes the fun part. We get to mirror what we just learned. So now we're over here, and we're going to be going to the same locations on the other side of our body. So it's fluid, goes over to your shoulder. There you go. And then your lower hand, fluid, goes right next to your first hand. Then your first hand broken, comes back underneath, tucks in there nice and tight. There you go. Let's go slowly through this a few times, back and forth on both sides. So we're starting over here. We have fluid to your shoulder, lower hand fluid right next to it. First hand broken, back tucks underneath. First hand up high goes fluid to your shoulder. Lower hand goes fluid right next to it. Again, they're not crossed up. And then here, first hand broken underneath. There you go. Let's make it a little bit more fluid because sometimes that's an easier way to learn things. So we're here, you have fluid to your shoulder, fluid right next to it, broken, tucks underneath. Then we're going back the other way. Fluid, fluid, broken, tucks underneath. A couple more times. Fluid, shoulder, fluid right next to it, broken goes under, top hand, fluid goes over to your shoulder, fluid goes next to it, broken, tucks under. Top hand, fluid to shoulder, fluid right next to it, and then broken comes back to where you started. All right, so that's the basic set. Let's go ahead and say some numbers, but let's do it one more time that way so we get back to the right side, and then we're going to say some numbers. So fluid to shoulder, fluid right next to it, broken, tucks under. Now we're all with Miss Smith. Thank you, man. So we're over here, and from here, we've got 1, 2, 3. We're over here now. I'll repeat what we just did, but mirrored. 4, 5, 6. There you go. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. There you go. And make sure that you guys are having nice deep chambers so you're not getting tangled up with yourself and trying to figure out what's going on. Have your chambers be nice and tight so this hand can go and this hand can go, and it's nice and easy to get wherever you want to go from wherever you are. So a couple more times. 1, 2, 3, tucks under. 4, 5, 6, tucks under. 1, 2, 3, tucks under. And 4, 5, 6, tucks under. There you go. A little bit faster. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, tucks under. 4, 5, 6, tucks under. 1, 2, 3, tucks under. 4, 5, 6, tucks under. 1, 2, 3, tucks under, and 4, 5, 6, tucks under. Sometimes this is actually easier to learn when you put the footwork to it. So let's go ahead and add our footwork. So as we are in the same footwork as before, I'm not going to really review that too much, but we step to the right and we have our 1, 2, 3, then your feet come back together and it tucks under. So let's try that side, just that side again. We're over here, step out and 1, 2, 3, tucks under, and your feet come back together. And then we can step to the left and we have 4, 5, 6, and it tucks under, our feet come back together. So 1, 2, 3, tucks under, 4, 5, 6, tucks under. For those of you who are learning this for the first time, I know this is a lot of stuff that we're going over really, really fast here. Thank you for sticking with me, and I hope you're learning something. So let's do it a couple more times. 1, 2, 3, tucks under. 4, 5, 6, tucks under. 1, 2, 3, tucks under, and 4, 5, 6, tucks under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, tuck. 1, 2, 3, tuck. 4, 5, 6, tuck. 1, 2, 3, tuck. 4, 5, 6, tuck. Excellent job, everybody. Excellent job. So that is the 6 count, and really that is the only set in the sequence that actually transitions from an open guard to a closed guard. Our four count kind of goes here, but then the 6 count allows us to get anywhere that any of the other forms happen, including the 7 count, which we might get to. We'll probably be mainly covering the 7 count Saturday. Saturday morning at 10, we are going to be having a kind of advanced seminar there, and we're going to be going over a lot of really advanced stuff. And so make sure that you guys tune in at 10 o'clock Saturday to catch that. I'm pretty sure Master Elliot's going to be helping us learn all kinds of stuff there. So that is your Eskrima. And so when I say go, we're going to put our sticks back up, then we're going to come back out with just our open hands, and we're going to work a little bit with the moon form. So go ahead, put your sticks up. All right, everybody. So in moon form, we have a speed set in this rotation section. And really where that starts is after the second kick. So we had our knife hand guard, we did the moon form hands, we did our flip kick, we did our slow motion flip kick, we stepped down, and then this is where our speed set starts. So this is going to kind of be our anchor point. We're going to be coming back to this point, but that's kind of the transition to where we are right now. So we've got our knife hand guard happening, and you should be in a back stance with a knife hand guard. Then we're going to do a spinning left-handed behind, or really elbow to the side, followed by a right forward elbow. So let's go back to our anchor point here. We got our knife hand guard and our back stance, spinning back elbow, forward elbow. There you go. One more time, knife hand guard and spinning back, forward elbow. There you go. And you want to end that in a forward stance, moving yourself forward, but keeping that stability there as well. So knife hand guard, spinning elbow, forward elbow. And then from that right hand elbow is where our speed set really kicks off. So we are in our forward stance with our elbow happening. And from this elbow, you probably want to say the words along with this because it gets to be quite a bit of a mouthful. So we've got an elbow, chop, punch. Let's just stick with that for a moment. So everybody, elbow, chop, punch. One more time. Elbow, chop, punch. A little bit faster. Elbow, chop, punch. There you go. Elbow, chop, punch. And elbow, chop, punch. The chop should be going about to your jawline. Hit him in the face with your elbow. Hit him in the jaw with your chop. And then body with the hand. So guards are up. Elbow, chop, punch. And then we are going to turn around. Get this all from the right side. We got our elbow, chop, punch. And then we're going to C-step forward and throw a palm heel to the groin there. So we C-step forward and throw that palm. So step back. Your guards are up. And elbow, chop, punch, step forward, palm heel. You notice that my left hand is coming up here to my right hand and shoulder to set me up for what I'm going to be doing in a moment. So back over here, we have our elbow, chop, punch, step forward, palm heel to the groin. Step back again, and elbow, chop, punch, step forward, palm heel. All right. From here, the reason that we are having this left hand up here is we're going to throw a chop and a punch. There you go. So step forward, palm heel, chop, punch. Let's step back again. So we are just finished throwing our right hand elbow. Right hand elbow, chop, punch, palm heel, chop, punch. There we go. And it's pretty much the same words, just flipped around in order a little bit. We're here, elbow, chop, punch, palm heel, chop, punch. One more time over here. We do a elbow, chop, punch, palm heel, chop, punch. All right, then from here, we're going to step slide and throw two punches. And you want that whole step slide and the double punches to kind of sink into position as the second punch is finishing its set. But let's put this whole thing together and then we'll add a double punch at the end. So step back again and do an elbow, chop, and a punch, palm heel, chop, punch, and then we're going to step slide and do a double punch. Ready? Double punch. There you go. Rewind. Left foot's in front there. And you got your guards up. Elbow, chop, punch, step forward, palm heel, chop, punch, double punch. Rewind one more time. Your guards are up. And elbow, chop, punch, step forward, palm heel, chop, punch, and double punch. There you go. Let's do it just a touch faster, one more time with everybody. And of course, we'll be able to review this as we move forward. So your forward stance, your guards are up, elbow chop, punch, step forward, palm heel, chop, punch, double punch. Let's do one more, just for a good measure. Our guards are up, elbow chop, punch, palm heel, chop, punch, double punch. Back to attention, stay sir. Excellent job, everybody. So thank you, everybody, for joining us here today. I had a lot of fun with you guys, and what we are going to be doing moving forward, we'll keep you posted on when the live sessions are going to be, but we are having one Saturday at 10, so make sure you come out and join us we'll be right here. So thank you guys, and I'll see y'all later.